Let's kick it off by highlighting that Mexico is the reigning and defending leader of silver production globally. I'm looking at 2023 stats here, and they're definitely holding the top spot and producing 6,400 metric tons of precious metals coming out of Mexico every year. Other major countries would include Argentina, Bolivia, Chile, and Peru. So there's a whole bunch South America countries there that are producing huge amounts of silver. But Mexico, the top, and we know the Libertad is the major output of their production. So great coin, and I'm not calling it a round. I'm calling it a coin. This metal, it's really cool, guys. Like silver kind of does it all. I'll give you two examples. You know, from a medical perspective, it's littering that entire industry from its devices to even antibacterial dressings. And ancient civilians have used silver in water vessels, for example, just believing that it would purify and enhance their health over time. So there's a long history in the medical or health sort of sector. And then there's photography, which is very interesting as well. um, the dark room, for example, exists because of silver and the whole process that was required for silver to properly activate and create iconic photos that we all have come to love today. I mean, now we have digital cameras, granted, but even silver is used in those devices and the many others that we use today. So, holy smoke, silver really does it all. As a Libertad stacker, I like this argument, and the argument goes like this: Libertads are not coins, they're rounds. And it's interesting to me because I think technically that's correct. If there's no denomination on the coin, how can you call it a coin? So fair and granted there. But Mexico is unique because the Bank of Mexico will actually exchange the Libertad for full spot price. So it does demonstrate that there is an actual practical use for stacking Libertads in Mexico, and I would argue that it's a much better denomination or payout on that exchange. So, interesting bit about the Libertads. I do think they're a coin, regardless of the fact that they are officially not a coin. If you like good silver mysteries, this is a good one. This is the Alan Turing's buried silver mystery. And Alan Turing was a brilliant mathematician and sort of one of the fathers of modern computing. He was definitely World War II era British, and helped be responsible for the cracking of the Enigma machine and all the good stuff that came in the progress of World War II. But he was famously known for converting all of his assets into approximately 150 pounds of silver ingots, and he then buried them deep in forest near the Bletchley Park, and that's in the UK. But over time, the landmarks had changed, and Turing himself could never really locate the exact burial spot. So to this day, it remains a mystery as to whether it's still hidden underground somewhere near Bletchley Park, or if someone over time has found it and history is lost from that point. Great little silver mystery. Alan Turing's buried silver mystery at Bletchley Park. Beyond the benefits that we've already talked about, silver is like a reflective superstar. It's not just shiny, but it's like a reflective powerhouse. And it, outshines all the other elements when it comes to, making telescopes or solar panels, batteries, mirrors. I mean, Jesus, anything. We've talked about it medical, we've talked about photography. It's polished silver reflects a whopping 95% of visible light. So that's pretty amazing. But it's interestingly enough, it's not great at reflecting ultraviolet light. So it's not perfect, but it's pretty damn good. Reflective superstar, silver. Who knows what the future silver is going to have, but I think it's going to be electric. But for now, it's just electrically charged. It is absolutely best against all the other elements on the charts for its electrical conductivity. So that's a really interesting point. It scores a perfect 100 for electrical conductivity. And that leads copper at 97 and gold at 76, just to give you some context. So when you benchmark it against the other elements, it is electric. Okay, I'll finish off today with a little fun fact about silver. Too much of it is not always a good thing. There actually is a medical condition called Argeria, and it exists because the skin and the nails will turn blue. It's, if you're taking a medical treatment that involves some kind of colloidal silver, which is gaining popularity, ironically, and you have too much exposure or excessive exposure to this silver, it can lead to this condition called Argeria, which again turns a person's skin and their nails blue. And apparently, it's just due to accumulation of silver through the treatment. So I assume it's something that can be corrected, but too much of a good thing is always usually a bad thing for you. We can add silver to the list. There you go. It's a bunch of random stuff about silver. Enjoy your day.